Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. Today we are talking Week 15 game preview of the New England Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. Vegas over-under for this one is 40.5, so a low-score game. Patriots are favored to win this one. Right now the implied point total is about 25 for the Patriots, about 16 for the Bengals. I would take the under for this one. I don't think that there's going to be a lot of points scored, and the Bengals are kind of get smashed. I mean, the Patriots lost 2 games in a row. That almost never happens. There's no way they're going to come out and play poorly in this one, especially not on the defensive side of the ball. But let's look at the fantasy options and analyze this piece by piece. So looking at the Patriots, Tom Brady is showing significant signs of regression this year. His wide receiver core has not been nearly as good as it was looking at the start of the season with Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown no longer there. It's a good matchup this week. The Bengals are not very good against the quarterback position, but you can probably find a starter with more upside elsewhere. So I'm not excited about starting Tom Brady this week, even in a good matchup. The running back side, apparently Sony Michel can't play football anymore. Last week, it was a great matchup for him, and he did absolutely nothing. So at this point, you can't trust Michel anymore. You're not going to take a chance on Bolden or Burkhead, but James White is actually a really good start this week. Cincinnati is not very good against the run, and James White has been pretty consistent most of the year. I'm excited about starting James White this week. The receiver side of the ball, Bengals are actually pretty decent against the pass. They're much better against the pass than they are against the run. I know N'Keal Harry technically scored a touchdown last week that got called back on a bad call, but unless Edleman is out, which it's looking like he's still going to play this week, I'm not going to start anyone other than Edleman. Edelman, obviously, you're starting every single week. At this point, he's shown to be matchup proof, but I'm not starting anyone else other than Edelman, and that goes for the tight ends. You're not starting any tight end in this matchup either. And then the defense, if you have the New England's defense, I'm sure you remember at the beginning of the season how New England was giving you a tremendous advantage in the defensive side of the ball. Well, that was because they were playing against really poor offenses, and well, this is another really poor offense. So if you have the Patriots defense, you're starting them, and you're going to laugh at what they do to the Bengals. On the Bengals side of the ball, you're not starting Andy Dalton in any league format. Where it gets a little bit confusing is with Joe Mixon. So he is one of the biggest conundrums for Week 15. Mixon has been playing lights out. He's scored over 17 PPR fantasy points in 5 of his last 6 games. But the 6th, that was a game where he played Pittsburgh, who has a really good run defense. Well, now he faces New England, who also has a really good run defense and arguably better than Pittsburgh. So the question here is, if the Patriots come out and put up a lot of points in the first half, which I would expect to actually happen, will Mixon continue to be used? He might be able to save your day with some receptions out of the backfield, but overall, I don't think Mixon is a great start this week. If you have quite a few options this week, you might pivot off of Mixon for a better matchup. And then on the receivers, we recommended pivoting off of Tyreek Hill last week, and he did okay, but Tyler Boyd is not Tyreek Hill, and I don't think that Tyler Boyd is going to do too well if he ends up facing a Stephon Gilmore shadow. And considering AJ Green is still likely going to be out, I don't think they're going to focus on anyone else in that receiver core other than Tyler Boyd. So there's a non-zero chance that Tyler Boyd gives you a goose this week, and that's the last thing that you can stomach in a fantasy playoff matchup. So try to avoid Tyler Boyd with everything you can this week. I'm not starting him in any format. There's no tight ends that you're going to start, and you're definitely not starting Cincinnati's defense, so that makes this pretty easy. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this time of the year can be very busy, and we're just trying to give you guys the most informed decision you can make to keep your fantasy team alive and going for another week into the fantasy championship. So please like and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you in the next one for more content all season long.